I'm Amy Bruckmeyer. Thanks for joining me for today's advanced Pilates workout using our reformer. Today's workout, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna do some full body moves, lots of challenging choreography, and we're gonna mobilize our spines using our reformer. Let's get started. I've got my reformer set up with 2 reds and 1 blue spring and a high bar for our footwork variations. I know that seems kind of light, but just give it a try. We're gonna do some spinal mobilizations in our footwork, so 2 red, blue, I think it will feel good. You can always add more if you want to. So let's start out lying down on the carriage. Let's have a V-foot position, heels squeezing together, arms long by the side, abs pulling in, and let's do 5 times. Just press out and return. So inhale, press out, inhale through the nose, exhale, return. Combine breath and movement and find center. And pressing out and in, hold here and articulate up to a bridge position, pelvis tucked, 8 times. 1, pressing out and in, and 2, press with the arms, 3, power with the back of the legs, 4, feel that booty squeezing, 5, and abs pulling in, 6, lengthen the spine in this position, 7, and 8, roll down 1 vertebra at a time, find neutral spine, little space under the low back, separate heels to hip distance apart, and 5 times footwork out and in. 1, and 2, even pressure through the heels, and 3, knees tracking over the middle of the foot, and 4, and 5. Come all the way in, articulate up to bridge position, abs in, squeeze the booty to press out for 8. 1, track the knees over the middle of the foot, 2, keep the chest open, 3, and pull the abs in, 4. Let's keep our neck long, and 5, and 6, no pressure in the back of the head, 7, and 8. And articulate down, 1 vertebra at a time. Separate the feet just to shoulder distance apart. Turn the legs out. Footwork here, 5 times. Tailbone down for 5. So we've got our V-foot position, shoulder distance apart. Our turnout is coming from the glutes and ending at the feet. So starting at the glutes, ending at the feet. Hold here and articulate up to our bridge position. Let's do 8 times, pressing out. 1 and 2. We've got our V-foot position, 3, our turnout, 4, as we straighten our legs, connect to the upper inner thighs, connect that to the abdominals, 6, and 7, warming up our legs, and 8. And roll down to neutral spine. Let's go to running in place, toes and balls of the feet on the bar and hip distance apart, about 1 fist. Distance apart, press out and running in place, 1 heel down, then the other heel down for 5 sets. 1, and 2, and 3. Even pressure through the feet, full range of motion, heels lowering and lifting. All right, let's lift the booty up for 5. 1, and 2, and 3 sets, and 4. Pull the abs in, use the arms. 5. Lower the tailbone down, keep running. 1, and 2, and 3, we've got tailbone down, and 4, and 5. Lift the booty up, and 5, and 4, and 3. Press the balls of the feet into the bar, 2, and 1. Lower down for 1 more set, tailbone down, 5, 4, and 3. Chest is open, breathing, 2, and 1. Lift the booty up for 5 more, 5, and 4. Feel the abs pulling in. 3, 2, and 1. Lower the tailbone down, bring the carriage in, and let's roll up. We've got 1 spring change to make. We're going to switch it to a single red spring. So let's take off a blue and take off a red. So we've got 1 red spring on. And let's go to knee stretch modification. Turning. Knees down, let's have our feet up against the shoulder blocks, our hands placed about shoulder distance apart. Pull abs in and press out to a plank position with knees down and freeze. Squeeze the booty, pull the abs in, and as the carriage comes in, maintain that plank shape, lift the chest up through the hands. Press out with the legs and arms, and lift the chest through the hands. We've just got this red spring on, it's not too heavy, because we're focusing on opening the chest and having the hips pressing forward as far as they can be without it going into the low back. Take your hands a little closer together now, and when you lift up, lift one arm up, place it down, and then lift the other arm up. So we've got a long line from head to knee, and we maintain that as we do this alternating arm lift. Each time we come in, arm lifts up, and that continues the line of the spine extending and the chest lifting through the hands. One more time. Lift one arm up, press out with both arms, lift the other arm up, press out with both arms, and freeze. Let's take our hands wide for some push-ups. Bend the elbows wide, chest comes to the bar, and press back out. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Pull the abs in tighter with each push-up. That's 3 and 4. Squeeze the booty. And 5. Tighten the legs, front and back. 6 and 7. Gliding in, gliding out. 8. Inhale, exhale. 9. Last one. And 10. Bring the carriage in. Now let's round our spines doing a V-foot modification, U-pull. Walk your feet forward to the front third of the carriage, round the spine, squeeze the heels together and lift the heels up slightly. Press out through the back of the legs and round the spine to come in, looking towards the belly button. Inhale, press out, exhale, round the spine to come in. Press with the legs, round the spine to return. Our shoulders are staying still, and we're rounding the spine to bring the carriage back in. Squeeze the legs together and press out and round the spine to return. Let's do 3 more. Shoulders are still, legs are pressing, abs are in, spine is rounded. 1 more time. Pressing out and coming in. Now let's walk our feet back about 2/3 back and turn our feet to face one direction. I've got my right hand on the bar and my left arm is free. Now shift your body weight over your legs, find where your shoulder is in space and hold it there. Reach your free arm towards our opposite ankle. We're gonna press out into our side plank position, going onto the edges of the feet and hold, and then come back in and round the spine to return. Press out. We've got our thumbs on the same side as our fingers and return. This is just like the previous exercise. Our shoulder is staying still in space and we're pressing with the legs and then return. 2 more times. Press out. As you come in, the body weight is over the feet. And press out. 1 more time. Come in, round the spine, reach and stretch. Now let's switch it. We're gonna turn our feet the other way. Round the spine, reach the free hand to the opposite ankle. Pull the abs in, stabilize the shoulder, and then press out to our side plank and hold, and return. Hips go over the feet. And again, pressing out, side plank or star prep, and return. So we're moving our body through this, all these planes of movement, really working our spinal mobilization. Side plank, and return. 1 more time. Out to side plank, and return. 1 final stretch, and done. Let's come down onto the carriage for a moment. Let's take our foot bar, lower it to low bar, and then let's have our spring setting on 1 red and 1 blue. So we've got 2 springs on, 1 red and 1 blue. First, we're gonna do a stomach massage modification. This is also a chest opener. I love this exercise. So come way forward on your carriage, about 1 hand distance to the edge, and lean back, hold on to your shoulder blocks, open the chest, and then place your feet in a V-foot position, heels squeezing together here. Ground your sit bones, open the chest. I love this chest stretch. First thing, just press out and in. Let's keep our heels high, press out and in. So we're lengthening the spine, opening the chest, out and in. This is easy. We're just stretching, we're just getting into it. Now, we're gonna do a single leg version. Take one leg, shoot it through, and out and in. 1 and 2. I've got my right leg straight out and reaching long. The shin is almost scraping the foot bar, so it's lifted up. We're keeping even weight in our sit bones, lengthening the spine as we go out and in. Elbows can be straight, elbows can be slightly bent. Choose the modification that allows you to open your chest. 2 more times. And last one. Let's switch legs. Other leg shooting under the bar for 10. And 1. And 2. Big breathing. And 3. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And 5. And 6. Straighten out that straight leg. And 7. And 8. We get a thigh stretch after this. And 9. One more time. And 10. Both feet on the bar. Bend the legs to come in. Let's do semicircle. So we are going to scoot way down on our carriage, lean back, place our feet in a high V position, so heels together, toes apart. Let's hold on to our shoulder blocks and then straighten our arms as we scooch our bodies down so that our arms are straight, our head is resting on the carriage, and our tailbone is dropped down into the well. Abs are in. Let's start here. Let's keep the tailbone low. We're going to straighten our legs out and squeeze them together. Now let's lift our hips up, super tuck the pelvis as we come in. Keep the weight in the shoulder blades. Send the knees over the bar. Roll down, tailbone in the well, and press out again. Press out, articulate up, bend to come in, stretch those thighs, and roll down. Press out, articulate up. Pelvis super tucked as we bring the carriage in, and roll down. One more time. Press out, articulate up. Knees over the foot bar and roll down. Okay, let's reverse it. We're going to start with tailbone in the well, abs in. Tuck the tailbone under, lift the hips up, super tuck the pelvis, press out, keeping weight in the shoulder blades. Lower the tailbone down to the well and bend to come in. Roll through the low spine, mid, upper spine, press out. Lower the tailbone down and coming in. Exhale to curl up. Inhale, press out. Exhale. Lower down, inhale, return. One more. Exhale, curl it up, abs in. Press out, lower the tailbone, bend to come in. Pull your head through the shoulder blocks. Then let's roll all the way up. And let's take our foot bar and just move it down. We're getting it out of the way because we are going to the 100. Probably shouldn't have told you that. I don't know if it's anybody's favorite, but we're gonna do it. So we've got one red and one blue. You could always do one red if you want to be able to roll up higher with less tension through the neck, or red and a yellow. I'm going to hold my long loops. Let's start with our legs in tabletop position, abs in and flatten the low back into the carriage. Roll up to upper ab curl, arms reach long, legs out, 45 degrees, inhale, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 3, 4, 5. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, squeeze the legs together. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, reach long. And exhale. Pull the abs in tight and pull them in tighter. Inhale, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. Keep the upper body still. And exhale, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Legs are pressing together. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. 2 more sets. And reach long, roll up high, and last one. 4, 5, exhale, 3, 4, 5. Bend the legs into table, lower the head down, reach the arms up to 90 degrees. We're gonna do 5 times, ab curl with arm reach. On the exhale, press the arms down, tilt the chin down, roll to upper ab curl, freeze, and return to start position. That's 1. And 2. Collarbone is wide, shoulder blades are connected down the back. And 3. Abs in as we lift and abs in as we lower. So abs in and abs in as we lower down. Let's do one more time for 5. Rolling up to ab curl and lower down. We're going to do the same thing but add a leg movement. So let's roll up to our ab curl. Legs go out and in and return to start. Legs are pressing together. Roll up on the exhale, out, in, inhale, return. That's 2. Press down, exhale, out, in, Inhale. 2 more times. Roll up, out, in, and return. We're keeping our back flat in the carriage and out, in, and return. Let's go to coordination. Starting in tabletop, roll up to upper ab curl and bend the arms. Here we are in our start position. Straighten out arms and legs. Legs open and close, the width of the frame. Bend the legs, bend the arms, keep the head up. Exhale, reach out, open, close, bend, bend. Inhale. Exhale, reach out, open, close, squeeze together, bend, bend. 2 more times, roll up super high, open, close, bend the knees, bend the arms. 1 more, reach out, open, close, squeeze the legs together, arms bend, and lower down. Reach the straight arms up, and now press them down by your sides. Lat pull with head down, arms glide straight out to the side, and back in. Shoulders slide down away from the shoulder blocks. As arms are moving, inhale, open, exhale, close. That's 3, we've got 2 more to go, and 4. 1 more time, glide open, glide it closed, hold here, roll up to ab curl, and extend the legs out to 45 degrees. Now we're gonna do starfish or iron cross. Open the arms and legs to the width of the frame and squeeze it together. Open and squeeze. That's 2. Open and squeeze. 2 more. Open and squeeze and reach. Open and squeeze. Bend the legs in, lift the arms up. Let's go to arm circles. Press our straight arms down to the carriage, glide out to the side, and reach up. That's 1 and 2 and 3. Press down, glide out to the side as arms lift up, carriage is still. 1 more time, and 5. Now we're going to reverse our circle, lift arms up to the ceiling, circle out to the side, and pull down. When we go this direction, we lift our arms up as we glide our arms open, the carriage is still, and then we pull down. 2 more times in this circle, shoulder blade stability, abs pulling in, and 1. Let's take our loops now and let's put our loops, or long loops, around our feet. We're going to do 5 times short spine, just to give ourselves a little spinal mobility and a little bit of a break. Ground the tailbone, heels together, toes apart. Press the legs out and squeeze together. Press with the arms, squeeze the legs together, abs in, and peel that low spine off the mat. Bend the knees to the shoulder blocks, and then roll tailbone down to the carriage. Pull the heels in. Let's do it again. Press out. Roll up off the carriage, bend the knees down, maintain stability in the carriage as you roll the tailbone down, bring the heels in again. Inhale, press out, exhale, roll up. Inhale, bend the knees, exhale, roll down. Inhale, press the legs out, exhale, roll up, 1 vertebra at a time. Inhale, bend, exhale, roll down. Let's do 1 more of these. Just rolling through the spine, using our arms, keeping the weight out of our neck. Bend the legs, roll down. Now let's take our legs and reach them straight up to the ceiling. If you have tight hamstrings, you might want to bend the knees a little bit because we want our tailbone grounded when we start. With the legs squeezing together, keep tension in the ropes and peel the spine up. So toes reach to the ceiling and then roll back down. Keep the carriage still as you roll up and roll back down again. That's 2. We're going to do 10 of these. And 3. Roll up and roll down. This is great training for jackknife, for a long spine stretch, or for less traditional modifications like single leg version of this roll up and single leg in strap exercises. So I really like this exercise to set us up for different kinds of modifications. But today we're just doing this modification. We got 4 more to go. And 4. Press those legs together and roll full range of motion. Find a range that's pain-free in your back. So if you feel your back tightening up, reduce your range of motion and find your range where you can keep it in your abs and your arms and legs and that your back is feeling good. 1 more time. Roll it up. Roll down. Let's bend our legs in and do full swimming frog. Starting in our frog position. Press the legs out. Now let's open to a V, bend back to frog, and let's do it again. Press out, open to V, bend into frog. Press out, open to V, stretch it open, bend into frog. One more time, press out, open to V, bend it in. Let's reverse it. Open to our V, squeeze together, and bend in. Keep our tailbone grounded the whole time in this modification. Let's keep the low back still, neutral low back, little space between the low back and the carriage, and working full range of motion with our legs. One more time, and squeeze together. Now, let's bring the carriage in, take our feet out of the loops, and come up. So we can make a couple adjustments to our machine. Now, I'm going to use one yellow spring for this next series, and I'm going to use my short loop. You can also use blue spring and a long loop, or blue spring and a short loop. So I want to feel a lot of length in this movement today. That's why I'm going to use my yellow, but blue is also a great option if you want to work harder. Whichever one you choose, find a 4-point position on your carriage with your knees on one end and your hands on the other edge of the carriage. Take your outside hand and then grab on your back loop. I'm going to take my short loop and find your 3-point position. We're going to do a sword modification. Palm is facing the ceiling with the strap arm, and we're going to uncurl that arm out to the side and return for 10 and 2. Keep the hips square and 3. Reach long from the head to the tailbone, 4 and 5. Keep the base of the neck loose on this one, and 6. Every so often, move your head around. Make sure you're keeping that tension out of the base of the neck. If you feel tension creeping up there, try lightening your load by either going to a long loop or switching from a blue to a yellow. One more time, and pull out, and return. Now, let's take our strap with us and just turn. We're gonna have our ankles inside the shoulder blocks, our ankles against the shoulder blocks, knees in line with feet. And let's take our strap hand and turn it so our palm is facing up, our abs are pulling in, and now reach that strap overhead for 1 and 2. Keep the hips square, and 3, and our shoulders down, and reach long, lengthen into this, 4 and 5. Freeze for a moment. For more challenge, extend your left leg out so you've got left leg lifted, right hand in strap, and 5 more. 5 and 4 and 3. Lift the leg using your booty, using the back of the leg. 2 and 1 more time, and 1. Let's hold on to the front edge of our carriage. We're in our 3-point position for tail wag. Move your leg to the left and look at it. Move your free leg to the right and look at it. 1 and 2. Let's let our ribs move side to side. We're getting a lateral movement in the rib cage, mobilizing the spine, and that's 4. Keep that leg lifted as high as you can keep it out of your low back. 5. Let's bring it to center and freeze for leg arcs. Lift the leg up, bring it to one side of the machine, lift up, and to the other side. So that's 1 and 2, and lift up and around. We're really working the booty. And 3, pull the abs in and lift with the leg. Keep the shoulders square and the neck long. 1 more time, and 5 and 5. Let's bring that leg in line with the spine and freeze. We're going to push-ups. Bend the elbows. That free leg is going to lift up as chest goes down. 1 and 2. Let's do narrow elbow push-ups, sending our elbows back towards the thigh. We've got 5 more to go. And 5 and 4. So this is one long connected line, head to foot. 3 and 2. Last one, and 1. Now we're going to turn towards the side of the strap that we're holding. So we're just going to turn towards that strap, and we're going to do a big side bend. So let's start, bend our knees, take our inside leg, and put that heel right up on the headrest. Take your long loop, clasp your fingers together, hold on to that loop with both hands, and now stretch away from your straight leg and slide your shoulders down your back, lengthen the spine. We're going to go towards the straight leg and then away from it for 1, lengthen the spine, and 2, and drop the sit bones down. 3, pull the abs in, and 4, press with the arms, stabilize with the abs, and 5. Now we're going to come down to our carriage, place both knees down, and let's switch hands. We're going to switch our outside hand. Our left hand is holding onto our short loop. Take the right hand, put it on the headrest, and lift up to kneeling side kick position from traditional mat. Straighten your arm up to the ceiling and find your balance. Then bend and straighten that top arm for 10 times. 1 and 2. We've got a straight line from head to foot. And 3. Our shoulders are down and we're reaching long through both hands. 4 and 5. We're lifting our free leg up and feeling that side booty. And 7. You can look down towards your hand. You can look straight out. Choose the position that allows you to keep head in line with spine. We've got 2 more to go. And 1 more. Let's lower down. And now we're going to do that whole set facing the other direction. So let's find our 3-point position. And we're going to hold on to our back strap. We're going to hold short loop and find a 3-point position. We're ready for sword. So let's start. We're going to uncurl that arm, reach it out, and then curl it back under us for 1 and 2. We're keeping our hips square. And 3, and our abs pulling in tighter with each repetition. And 4, shoulders are down. And 5, lengthen into this strap. And 6, reach it long. And 7, keep shoulder blades down. And 8, 2 more times. 9, last one. And 10, reach it long. Bring the hand down to the carriage, and now let's turn. Let's take our strap with us. We're going to turn and have both ankles through the shoulder blocks. Find our 3-point position, and our strap hand, our left hand, palm is facing up. We're going to reach overhead, and 1 and 2. If you feel cramped with your knees feeling or legs feeling too close together, you can put your legs outside of the shoulder blocks as well, if you like that better. That's 5. Now for our challenge, we're going to lift up our right leg, find our balance, and do 5 more times reaching. 5 and 4. Connect through the glutes. 3 for stability. And 2. 1 more time. And reach it long. Now let's hold on to the front edge of the carriage, getting ready for tail wag. Move the leg to the right and look at it. Move the leg to the left and look at it. Right and left. We're keeping our shoulders square, shoulders over the hands. As the leg moves right, left, we're mobilizing our spine. Ribs are moving side to side. Abs are pulling in side to side. Let's bring that leg straight out. We're going to do leg arc. So lift the leg up, arc it to one side of the frame, and then lift it up and arc it to the other side of your frame. And lift it and lift it. That's 2. We've got 3 more sets to go. And 3, big arc. Lots of booty work. And 4, up and around. 1 more time. And 5, and 5. Let's stop with that leg straight out behind us. Let's do our push-ups. Bend the elbows, leg comes up as chest goes down. That's 1 and 2. So we've got this long connected line. We're going to use this same technique a little bit later in the workout today. And 5. 5 more. 1. Pull the abs in. And 2. If you put more weight in your standing knee, you could take some weight off the arms or have shoulders right over the hands to work your arms to the maximum. And 1 more time. Coming forward. Okay, we're going to turn towards our strap and do our side bends. So let's start. Scoot back a little bit on the carriage. Take our inside leg, straighten it out. Place that heel on the headrest. And then with our hands in the long loop, lift up and stretch away from our straight leg. Keep the spine long and stretch towards the straight leg. That's 1 and 2. So we're powering with the arms. And 3, stabilizing with our abs. And 4. And keeping the distance between the ribs and the hips long because we're reaching down through our sit bones. Last one. And reach. going to switch hands so we can go to our kneeling side kick position. So let's take our short loop, switch to our outside hand, put our inside hand on the headrest, and first let's find our kneeling side kick position and find our balance. Reach the arm up. Bend and straighten that top arm, looking down towards your hand or looking straight forward, and find a straight line from hand to hand and a straight line from head to foot. And press. I love this exercise because it combines so many Pilates principles. We've got balance, centering, control, precision, power, and breathing. Let's do 2 more times. Exhale as you straighten, and last one, and press up. All right, let's bring the carriage in. We finished that set. Now let's make a change to our machine. So let's put on one red spring, and let's take off any other spring. So we've got one red spring for this plank series. Let's start out on our knees, putting the toes on the platform, and let's have our hands placed in the mid carriage region. Pull the abs in, lift the knees up, and we are pushing out to our plank position. So first, let's just settle in here and figure out where you want your hands to be. Move your hands closer to your feet if you want more support from your spring, or if it's too heavy, walk your hands a little farther towards your shoulder rests. So let's press out on the exhale. Inhale to return. 3 more times, and 2. And next, 1, press out and in. Now let's press out and let's walk our hands so that they're right around our shoulder blocks and bring our hands under our shoulders. Here we are in a plank position. We're going to do a control front modification. Press the arms away and then bring the hands back under the shoulders. So hands start out under the shoulders, press away and return. Press away, squeeze the booty, pull the abs in and return. And press out and in. 4 more. For more challenge, bend your elbows, press out and return. Bend the elbows, press out to straight arm and return, hands under shoulders. 2 more. Bend the elbows, press out, hands under shoulders. 1 more. Bend the elbows, press out, hands under shoulders. Let's do a little bit of bicep work and a little bit of shoulder stretching. So let's grab onto our loops and start first with a bicep set. We're going to set up with just 5 times of these bicep curls. Tuck the tailbone under and lean back with the chest wide and the shoulders down. You can bend your knees if you feel any low back discomfort. With your hands the height of your shoulders, just bend and straighten 5 times. This isn't super hard, but we're setting up for our next move. So chest is wide, shoulders are down, back is in a rounded position, feeling good, abs are pulling in, and we're working our biceps. Let's do 1 more of these. Now let's come up, take your left strap, put it around your shoulder block, and now lean back and reach both arms out. We've just got 1 hand in the strap. As you bend the right arm, bend the left leg in, and straighten everything out for 1 and 2. So we've got our single arm bicep, and 3. Arm reaching straight out from the shoulder, 4. Abs pulling in, and 5. We've got our shoulders square, and 6. And 7. Let's do 1 more for 8. 8. Rising up. Let's switch it. So we'll hold on with our left hand. Reach both arms out, roll back, tuck the tailbone under, bend the left arm and right leg. 1 and 2. Let's keep our chest wide, and 3. Shoulders down, and 4. And 5. Abs in, tailbone tucked under slightly. 6. But chest is open. 7. 1 more time. And 8. Let's rise up. Now let's hold on to both of these loops for 3 times round back rowing and shoulder stretching. Start sitting up tall with the palms facing the chest. Tuck the tailbone under, roll back part way, and freeze. Let's reach our arms straight out to the side, palms face back. Dive head to knees and reach arms back. Now clasp your fingers together and stop. With the fingers clasped together, lift arms up and stretch the shoulders and pull the abs in. Release your hands, reach forward out of the tension and stretch. And then roll up to neutral spine, flat back, and let's start again. Tailbone tucks under to roll back. Reach arms straight out to the side, palms face back, hands pull back, head dives forward. Now interlace the fingers and freeze, lift up, stretch the shoulders, pull abs in, and then release the hands, come forward into a big stretch, come out of the tension, stack up the spine, arms bend in. Last one, tailbone tucks under. Arms reach out to the side, palms face back. Let's dive it forward, clasp the hands, lift the arms up and stretch the shoulders, open the chest, big stretch. Release the hands, reach forward and stretch, out of the tension, and then rolling up. Okay, so that was our mobility moment. Let's go back to one more plank modification. Remember, we're still on our red. Now we're going to do our pike plank with single leg raise. So let's take our hands into the center of the carriage, just like we did on our first plank, and press out to our plank. This time when we come in, we're gonna pike and drop our heels down, and then come back to the plank, and then pike. So we're just gonna start with 4 of these, plank and pike. Dropping the heels down, keep shoulders over hands in this modification. For more challenge, lift one leg up, and then lower it down as you press the carriage out. As you come in, lift the other leg up, then lower it down as you press the carriage out. So carriage in, leg lifts, carriage out, leg lowers, leg up, and leg down. We're finding that straight line connection from head to foot, just like we did in our push-up modifications earlier. And one more time, leg lifts as carriage comes in, press it out. Leg lifts as carriage comes in, press it out. Now let's hold in our plank and walk our hands forward to the shoulder blocks and separate our feet a little wider than hip distance apart. Press the carriage out and hold it there. Put the right elbow down, then the left elbow. Lift the right elbow up, then the left elbow, and bring the hands under the shoulders. Let's do it again. Press out. We're gonna go left elbow down and right, left elbow up and right, and bring the shoulder blocks directly under the shoulders. Let's do it again. Press it out. Right side down and left. Right side up and left. Bring it in. Press it out. Left side down and right. Left side up and right. Good. One more set. Press it out. Right elbow down. Then right elbow up and in. Press it out. Left side down and right. Left side up and right. And bring it in. Okay, that was our plank series. Love that series. Let's get on to some leg work. We gotta make a couple of changes. Let's put on a blue spring. So we've got a red and a blue. And also, let's take our bar and move it up to high bar. In this next series, we're gonna do 4 sets of 8 of knee stretch modifications. So this will get your blood pumping. If nothing else has so far, I think this will. Try it out and see. So we're gonna start with hands shoulder distance apart and have our heels raised halfway up the shoulder blocks. First thing, let's press out to our plank position and stop. Our shoulders are gonna stay here. We're gonna bend our legs in and press our legs out for 8 times. So that's 1 and 2. The lower your knees go, the harder you'll work. 3 and 4. Maintain a stable spine. And 5. When your legs bend in, keep your spine long and still. And 7 and 8. Now keep going with the leg pattern. Bend your arms and keep them bent. So the arms are bent and the legs are going out and in. Just bend those arms, hold them bent. The more you bend them, the harder you'll work. We've got 3 more, in and out with the legs. And 2, 1 more time. Now bend the legs in and hold them there. Only arms, straighten and bend. Arms only. 2 and 3, pull the abs in tighter with each repetition. 4 and 5, keep the base of the neck loose. And 6, by sliding the shoulders down, the lower your knees are, the harder you work. Last modification, straighten out arms and legs, and then bend arms and legs. Straighten arms and legs, and bend. That's 2, 3, power with the arms, power with the booty, power with the legs, stabilize with the abs. We got 4 more to go. 4 and 3 and 2. Last 1. Let's bring that carriage in. And now I think we deserve a little stretch. So we're gonna stretch out our legs. Let's do it with some splits. So walk back to the slight high heel position. Let's take our left foot and put it between our hands. Right foot against the shoulder blocks. Find a 90-degree bend with that left leg and press out and in. So we're just finding our balance here. We're pressing out, we're bending in, we're feeling good, pressing out and in, pressing with both legs, pulling our abs in, sliding our shoulders down, out and in. For the next 5, if you want more challenge, rise up, reach arms out to the side and press out and in, and that's 2. Squeeze the booty. 3, squeeze the booty to protect the low back. 4, reach long through the hands. 5, now press out. Let's hold in our splits for a second. Now let's do a plank arabesque to finish this stretch series. So with our left foot, we're gonna take it and we're gonna lift it up behind us and square out our shoulders. Let's press the carriage out, lower the left leg down and cross our ankles, and then bring the carriage in, shoulders down, leg up. So press the carriage out, cross the ankles, and then shoulders down and leg up. This is just like those push-ups we did earlier, connecting long line head to foot, reaching through both legs, no matter which direction we go. Let's go 2 more times and just enjoy this fantastic stretch. Last one, lift up. Let's bring the left leg down. Now let's do this whole thing on the other side. So we've got our left foot against the shoulder block. Let's take our right foot between our hands, find our balance. Right leg's bent to 90, and let's just push out and in. So we're just finding our best position for our foot. We're squaring out our hips, making sure that our left foot is in the center of that shoulder block, and pressing out and in. Now for more challenge, you can rise up, add a little balance. This series can be done on a single red. It can be done on a red and yellow, a red and blue, or 2 reds. Really depends on what you're looking for that day. And pressing out, and let's press out to our splits and just hold here. So we're holding in our split stretch. Now let's bring the carriage in. We're going to our plank arabesque. Take that right leg, lift it up behind you, bring the carriage in, square out the shoulders, pull the abs in. Let's press the carriage out, cross the ankles as we lower the right leg down. Now drop the shoulders and lift the right leg up as carriage comes in. Press out and glide in. Reach long through the hands, reach long through the feet, and stabilize the low back by lifting the leg with the booty, with the leg muscles, stabilize with the abs. Remember to breathe, remember to have fun. Let's do 2 more times. And lift, and lift. Let's lower that leg down. And now, let's step off our machine. Okay, let's test out and see if our spines feel mobile and feel good. So let's start and take a stance, feet hip distance apart. Let's pull our abs in, tilt the chin down, and let's roll down the spine. Just roll down 1 vertebra at a time till we're all the way hanging over. Relax the neck, let the head hang heavy. Let's rock forward on the balls of the feet. Then rock back onto the heels. Let's pull our abs in and then roll up 1 vertebra at a time. Let's keep the hips right over the ankles. Let's roll all the way up. Let's reach up to the ceiling. Lift up. And now as we lower our arms down, let's keep our great posture with our ribs lengthened away from the hips. So we've got this great posture, and let's just keep this for the rest of our lives. No, I'm kidding. For the rest of the day or the rest of our lives. Anyway, thank you for joining me today for this reformer workout. I had fun. I hope you had fun. And I am looking forward to seeing you in the next workout. Please leave me a comment or a thumbs up. I always love to hear from you. See you next time. Bye.